It's always a good idea to listen to the voice in your head, but don't forget that the voice should belong to your heart. Lisa celebrated her 54th birthday just a few days ago, and a terrific party was thrown that evening. In attendance were her children who traveled from Capitol Hill, siblings who brought back memories from her childhood, and friends who participated in the day's festivities. Because Lisa was a woman who is greatly admired, beautiful details were given to her by her husband. Everyone celebrated in a big way. They drank, ate, and danced. Laughter and conversation filled the air, and those present were happy and curious about John. The same could be said for Lisa. She was always enthusiastic, except for the fact that her husband was absent from the party. It was strange for him to miss such an important date, much less remember his wife's birthday. While life filled her thoughts with gifts, perfumes, and more, Lisa couldn't figure out what had happened to John and why he still hadn't come home. She told her sister, fearing for him, for something might have happened because of his absence. However, she consoled herself that he wouldn't be long in coming and would arrive with a lovely surprise as always. Lisa said, "Calm down, Maura, you are right. I'm worrying for nothing. I'm sure he's on his way." Minutes passed. She danced with her friends, glancing at her watch until she said to herself, "I think I'm overreacting. I know John has a lot of work to do, especially at this time when there are more Very excited. She continued to serve her guests until she received a text message. "Hey, sweetheart, I'm sorry I didn't show up. You know, I have a lot of work to do, but I promise to make it up to you. I might be with a beautiful girl. The place is in Fort Lee. I'll be there real soon. I love you. See you later." It was midnight. The party ended and the guests said their goodbyes. The next day, however, he arrived very tired. He took a shower and went straight to bed. Lisa was quite surprised, but chose not to bother him when he woke up. She had prepared a delicious lunch, and as they sat at the table eating, she asked what was wrong. "I knew you had a lot of work to do, but not so much that you completely disappeared in the middle of all my friends." Getting a little annoyed, he said, "Woman, please don't choke me now. I am very tired." Throughout that week, John's behavior was similar. He spent a lot of time away from home, locked himself in his room for long periods of time, and had almost no contact with his wife. He was disorganized. His wife was alarmed by this behavior and at one point called her older sister to share her concerns about John. "I hope you are doing well, sister. I called to have a little chat," the woman said. "I'm glad you called me, but tell me why I feel like you're a little upset. You know, I'm in trouble right now. John's different. He doesn't communicate with me, he's not as detailed, and he locks himself in our room for hours at a time, leaving me home all alone. It's weird. He's never been like that, you know? To tell you the truth, I honestly know. We're all surprised by his absence, but we didn't want to say anything. He knew it was your birthday, and the last thing we wanted was for you not to be upset. I noticed John's behavior a while ago, but I didn't want to interfere." "Yeah, but do you believe me? Should I be worried about my mental health? Terrible things are happening, as if on a whim. And why is that, sister? What do you think it is with me?" "John has a mistress. It's strange that he disappears for hours at a time, lingers in the living room, or he's just not the same, sister. But if that's your guess, then there's something to it. A while back, I installed very discreet cameras in my house. I did this because I thought one of the staff members had stolen some item. However, I found out that was not the case. But that's another story. I recommend that you do it and thus dispel your doubts." "Yes, please. The idea seems strange to me, but I won't give it up. Thank you, sister. I love you very much, and I hope to visit you soon. Take care of yourself. Know that you can count on me for everything." Several months passed after that conversation, and John's behavior remained the same, disorderly and inattentive, for the last 30 years and even before that, John had been a very attentive husband, bringing chocolates, sending letters, and even coming home with flowers. But now John was absent, almost everywhere. Lisa, very determined, her sister advised them to install cameras all over the house. Young technicians and came to install them while her husband was at work. They left her with a tablet that she could use to monitor the entire house, even the bedroom and patio. She was sure her husband had a mistress. She began to monitor his movements around the house and found him sleeping and rushing to the bathroom from the room when he locked himself in his room. "This is very strange," she said to herself. He then made a video call on the phone with someone who smiled and sometimes even cried. Looking at this behavior, Lisa trembled and cried because she discovered that her great love had a lover. She didn't know what to do: confront him, leave him, or just cry. This behavior continued for up to 2 weeks, and then the moment came when she couldn't take it anymore and confronted John with heat. "John, I want to talk to you. Just give me a few minutes. I found out that you've changed in this year and a half, and I found out that you're seeing someone." Her husband was totally upset. He told her about it. "But my place, what are you talking about? What do you mean I'm seeing someone? Yes, are you seeing someone? John, don't lie to me. Tell me who she is, because you're leaving our family. You're ruining my life. John, who knows how long you've been doing this to me? Look, I'm filming you. When you go into the bathroom to talk to her or even make a video call, I can't stand it." When John saw his wife crying inconsolably, he began to apologize. But he explained that the reason for her tears was not because of infidelity, but because he had to tell her something he had been hiding for a long time. And even after revealing this truth, he packed his things and left, leaving the woman very frightened and crying. "Hear him out," Lisa said, "It hurts me that you think I have someone else. After all, it has been proven over the years that you are the love of my life. I have not found the right moment to admit to you that I have terminal cancer, that 2 kidneys and lungs are involved, and I have neither the time nor the quality. I've tried to work harder to give you a peaceful future, and I even wanted to leave home. But I know I can't live without you, my love. Forgive me for not telling you this sooner so that you don't worry, because there is nothing more that can be done. I'm taking a medication that makes me drowsy. Unfortunately, it destabilizes my condition. So I rushed to the bathroom to throw up. And the calls you saw are calls to the doctor who is treating me. Forgive me, my dear, for not saying this sooner, but I wanted you to remain. I will now pack my things and leave so that you will not suffer anymore." Was the news shocking, paralyzing, because she hadn't expected such a confession. They hugged, cried, and even forgave each other during their conversation. They decided that no one would comment on what John was going through, because they didn't want people's pity amidst such intense pain. The couple continued to live a very honest, safe, and stable life until John's last days. Sometimes it is difficult for us to tell or share sad news with loved ones for fear of offending or hurting them. However, hiding situations that could help us come to terms with the trouble hurts even more. If you like the stories on our channel, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and put a bell to be the first listeners of another new story. Good luck, and come back. It will be interesting.